Hello neighbor, this is Curt with eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Thule T2 Pro XTR bike rack, and we're going to see how it works with our 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz. Now, Thule is a name that is really well represented in the bike rack world, very quality stuff, so this is built very, very well, and it's a really comfortable bike rack to use. It is going to be wheel mounted, which means it's going to clamp right over our wheel right here. Using this trigger and handle, we're able to position that and swing it back and forth. So you're not able to frame mount with this bike rack, but it does have a couple of really nice features. One, it's got integrated cable locks in each one of our towers here, and these are going to be key to our anti-rattle hitch mechanism, which is located right here. Now, this bike rack is going to be able to accommodate bikes up to 60 pounds per bike. So it is going to work with a lot of those e-bikes that are out there on the market. It's going to have 2 points of contact, that arm and hook we mentioned earlier, and a ratcheting wheel strap in the back. It's going to have a rubber pad on it to help protect your wheel. So that's just a look at some of the features, but let's take a look at how it fits with the Santa Cruz. So what we have on our bike rack today is a bike with a small frame and large handlebars at 14.5 inches. And as you can see, we've got plenty of room between the vehicle and the bike itself. Even on rougher terrain, we're in absolutely no danger of these making contact with each other. But like with any platform bike rack, we're going to lose some visibility off the back of the vehicle between us and other drivers. So while we do have a pretty clear view of our license plate here, our taillights are going to be blocked, as well as our rear view camera. There's going to be some obstruction there as well. So it's really important to understand just how much of a footprint this is leaving behind your vehicle. So we're going to take a measurement from the bumper to the furthest point of the bike rack here. And with that, we're coming out to just a hair over 38 inches. So just keep in mind, that's a little more than 3 feet coming off of your bumper that you're going to have to account for whenever you're backing into a tighter space or trying to parallel park. The other thing we'll take a look at is ground clearance. So if we measure to this rubber bumper here at the bottom, we're at 18 inches of ground clearance. And that should be more than enough to really kind of avoid bottoming out on any of those steep driveways or inclines. But because this bike rack does hold the bike a little bit further away from the bumper than some other ones, that is something you want to keep in mind. I had also mentioned that the T2 Pro XTR can handle bikes up to 60 pounds each. Now, there's not an available ramp that goes with this bike rack, so however much your bike weighs, just make sure you're comfortable getting it up about 24 inches to make sure that you can safely load it and unload it. So one of the most common questions that we get when it comes to a hitch bike rack is, will you have access to your cargo area? And generally speaking, on a truck like the Santa Cruz, getting into that tailgate with a bike loaded up doesn't really work out too well. But this has a tilt-away feature that is actually going to give us clearance for that. So we're going to engage that by bracing our bike, pulling our latch right here, and lowering it away from the vehicle. Once that's done, as long as you have this pedal, the pedal that's closest, raised up high like this, you're going to have clearance to get in and out of the tailgate of your Santa Cruz without really having the bike too much in the way. So that's a big deal, because most platform bike racks coming off the hitch like that, you actually have to remove the bike if you want to get into your tailgate. Not so with this. And to raise it up, you just lift until you hear the click, and then it's back locked into its driving position, and you're ready to hit the road. So getting the bike on and off the T2 Pro XTR is actually a really simple process. Taking it off, we're going to start back here with the wheel strap, depress that tab, release the strap, and feed it through the spokes and get it cleared on out of the way. The next thing I'm going to do is brace my bike to make sure it stays upright, come over to my arm and hook, depress the button, clear the hook all the way out of the way, clear the wheel, and now I'm able to lift my bike off the rack and I'm ready to hit the trail. Now, the T2 Pro XTR is a powder-coated steel, which is going to make it very, very durable, but it also makes it pretty heavy, weighing in at 52 pounds. So it might not be something that you want to take in and out of the hitch too often. Just depends on how much you like to go on a bike ride. But luckily, it does have a stowaway position. And all you'll need to do with that is do our latch like we did before, but instead of letting it fall away, we're gonna go ahead and lift up against it until we get that click. Now it's locked into the stowaway position, and we've significantly reduced that footprint that we have back here behind the vehicle. In fact, we've got it down to 16.5 inches. So there's still a little bit back here you're gonna have to account for, because we're gonna have our rear view camera blocked even more. Our license plate is completely blocked. We do have better visibility of our taillights for other drivers that are out there. But if this is something that you do want to take in and out of the hitch pretty often, it's actually not as difficult as some other bike racks are. This one actually has wheels integrated into it, so you could actually take it out and not, instead of carrying it through the garage or wherever, you could just roll it over into the corner and store it for next time. So that's a look at the Thule T2 Pro XTR and how it fits with our 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz. And if after watching this video you decide that this is the bike rack for you, and you get it and you have the opportunity to use it a few times, please share with us what you think about it in the comments below. We'd love to share that experience with other neighbors so they can make the best decision for themselves. Once again, this is Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.